Hi, I'm Mark here with you in the third lesson in the new shooter series. Today it's going to be on how are my arms supposed to sit. How rigid are my arms supposed to be? Should they be locked out, rigid, relaxed? How should my arms be when I'm learning to shoot? Now obviously you can go online and you see all kinds of tactical training where people are jumping, running, shooting under stuff. What we're talking about today is learning your shooting skills though. All of these lessons are on learning your shooting skills. Once you learn those shooting skills, you'll be able to take off and do all the different types of training and footwork and movement that you need to. But for right now, you're learning your skills from top to bottom, and that takes specifics. So what we're going to talk about today, we've talked about grip, we've talked about trigger control. In that, we're going to talk about arms. Your arms, shoulders. How do your arms sit in your shooting when you're learning to shoot? You're developing your skills and you're learning accuracy. You see how this plays together? This all has to do still with our hands and arms. The next video will be on your sight picture. So once you've got all this together, you're looking through the sights and checking that sight picture. That's how it all works together, and it'll work for you in developing your basic shooting skill that will serve you well in everything else you're going to do. Today, just let me remind you right quick, don't forget to grab my guide. This is a inexpensive guide that will have all the lessons that these videos have in them, full of photographs, lots of information, plus it has errors that you can identify. If you begin to develop some type of error that's giving you problems with your shooting, this guide identifies them and shows you how to correct them. So it's inexpensive, it's helpful, it's something you can put on your computer, you can print, or you can have it on your phone as a reference guide. It'll be very helpful to you. It's very inexpensive, so get that guide and use it to supplement what you do as you're developing your shooting skills. Arms. This is not going to be a real long one. I will shoot just a little bit here. So here's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about in relation to your grip, your trigger control, where do your arms sit in this mix of holding your gun, getting on target, firing accurately, and doing it consistently. Your arms play a big part in that. I'm not going to go into the errors that people can develop like this. That's in the guide. You can get that, but today I'm going to show you exactly what I do, how I shoot, and how I shoot when I'm working on accuracy and trying to hit a bullseye and trying to be accurate and trying to be as stable as I can while I'm shooting. Here's what I do. I'm going to clear my gun. It's open. Visual inspection, physical inspection. This gun is clear. This is my Smith & Wesson M2O. And I'm going to be pointing it at the camera here, but I'm going to leave the action of it open because I fire in this direction. So if I'm pointing a gun this direction, it's still going to be, there's a berm over here, it's over 10 feet high, but still this is the firing berm back here. So pointing the gun this way, I'm going to have it open. This is how I would look coming at a criminal if they were coming at me and I had stopped to shoot. Here's where my arms would be. Now what you can no doubt see is my arms are pretty stable. From that direction you can see that, but what you can also probably see from my elbows is that my arms are not locked out. Here's what it looks like from the side. My arms are not locked out. My arms are rigid. You'd have a hard time pulling my arms to either side right now. Rigid from the shoulders to the elbow, from the elbow to my hands. Both arms are rigid. They are not locked out. Now you can get a lot of articles about this online where people will be kind of vague about what they do or how they do it, competitive shooting, all that. Here's what you want to make sure of. You want to make sure that when you get your arms out to shoot, nothing that you're doing with your grip or your trigger control is going to be affected negatively by your arm placement. You don't want your arms in too weak a position, but you don't want them in a position that's so locked in and so tight that you're quivering in your arms. You'll get this as you practice getting your arms out, getting them rigid without locking the joints out, and you'll be just fine. So again, here's how it looks from the front. Here's how it looks from the side. I'll show you what it looks like shooting. That type of arm placement, just getting your arms, again, guns locked open, straight out, but not locked, not quivering, but stout, rigid, some room in your elbows, as far out as you can go without locking, and you're going to be fine. Practice like that so you know that your arms are not weakening anything you do with your grip and your trigger control, and your steel targets will sound just like that before long. Grip, trigger control, arm work. That's where we are now. Be around for the next one. Will be sight picture to put all this together with getting right on target and blasting away, because everything you've done up here is working together. I'm Mark Rogers. I'll see you in the next video.